Back to Mount and Blade to Bannerlord. Today we are diving right back in with another mod spotlight. Today taking a look at the new update for Calradia Awakens. If you haven't heard of this mod or seen this mod, this is basically a fantasy overhaul mod which changes up all the races inside of Calradia, giving you access to magic, firearms and so much more. So much cool custom equipment, custom tech trees. Is a really awesome mod. I definitely recommend you mess around with it, especially as this is, hands down one of the coolest mods we have available to us right now. So definitely recommend checking out. I'll obviously link it down below in the description. But they recently went ahead and updated the mod with a new kind of Elven update. I assume a lot of the factions are obviously nowhere near done. We've only had mod tools for a couple months now, so the process of updating this stuff, every faction's kind of getting a bit of love. But I thought it'd be fun today to dive into the enhanced battle test mod and mess around with some of the new Elven units, because they look really good. They definitely look like high elves. And again, this is obviously not exactly a Warhammer Fantasy mod. It's not kind of pitched to be anything of one franchise, but there is a lot of influence from a lot of the fantasy franchises which we know and love, like Lord of the Rings, like Warhammer, and so on and so on. So there are also several factions as well. You can also play as like a dark elf faction as well, which is really cool. There's undead, greenskins, there's the Empire, which are basically Romans with guns. They're all undead, which have a lot of necromancy. It's a really cool mod, and you can obviously mess around with all of this in the campaign. And it has magic as well, which we'll look at as the elves, because the elves are pretty strong with the magic side of things. So this is the character I'll be playing as today in the enhanced battle test. He has, I believe, a bit of magic. He has some pretty strong, heavily, she can't even see through all this heavy armor, but really cool helmet, obviously weaponry and shield looking very clean indeed. Then I've just got a front line of these high elf defenders. I believe these are the tier 2 units of the elven tree. Again, pretty standard, able to kind of hold the line, nothing too special. It's not like they have range or anything along them lines. Just a pretty standard unit. And then as we go further along down the tree, we do have the high elf white lions. Obviously in Warhammer Fantasy, these guys are wielding axes, but again, you got to tell yourself this is not Warhammer Fantasy. This isn't a Warhammer Fantasy mod, so it's not trying to be kind of accurate to that lore or anything. So yeah, these guys don't wield that axe, but they have a very nice sword, really cool shields, and obviously the helmet and armor looks very nice indeed. As we go further down, we do have the Phoenix Lords. These guys are our cavalrymen. They are elite heavy horsemen, able just to just send upon the enemy line very effectively. I also missed out the Sentinels as well. Sentinels actually have some javelins on their back, able to throw in and do some decent damage to the enemy. And I also love this little like top bit of the helmet as well. It's really cool, the wings on them. So again, they look really good. Then we have the mages. We just have some high elf mage lords right here. So these guys, I believe, will be shooting out lightning bolts. This lightning bolt at the enemy line as they descend upon us. Cool, very cool armor, obviously, usual stuff. Then we have the wood elf archers. Again, I feel like the wood elves, obviously this armor hasn't been added in yet or anything along them lines. They do look kind of a bit weird with all the placement, but still, the helmet looks great on them. As you can see, the helmet looks awesome, and hopefully they'll get some custom armor in at some point for the wood elves to make them feel a bit more unique. They kind of do look a bit like Britannians, but I'm not complaining, I'm just pointing it out. And then we do finally have the high elves over here, but I want to make these guys actually the AoE ones, the destructive mages with AoE. They're adept. These are the destructive mages. So we'll get the elite destructive mages and just see if they can clear out the greenskin horde. So yeah, these are the AoE ones. These are the high elf ones. I believe the undead have a lot of necromancy. I believe they can even spawn units in. They have a spell which they throw and it actually spawns in a unit. It's ultra cool indeed. And we're going to go up against the greenskins. So we've got their leader right here, pretty well equipped to go in. I don't know if the orcs have much in the way of magic, but we'll obviously find out. Really like the kind of Lord of the Rings inspired goblin helmet there for the archers themselves. They're the hunters right there. And as we continue to go down, we have the ferocious warriors as well, equipped with a axe and a spear. And then finally, we do have the horsemen as well. I remember in the Warhammer mod, these horses were actually on boars, which was kind of cool, but that mod moved over to a different thing. So again, we are heavily outnumbered. I gave them some really good units. We're probably going to lose this battle again, but I'm going to be trying my best to win it. I'm not going to be forming shield walls just because they look cool. So let's go ahead and dive into the battle. Let's set ourselves up and let's take on a green skin horde. I also don't know this as well. If anyone has any tips, for some reason, even though on the enhanced battle test I'm on 2,000 unit size, I'm still not getting all my units, and it's kind of weird. I don't exactly know what the issue is. So let's go ahead and we'll go ahead and set and form up our soldiers really quickly. So I'm just going to pause it, form up my army, and then we will dive in and take a look at all the units. So front line, we just have some of these guys right here. So we'll just set them up like so. And I think what I want to do is I want to have a fairly long line actually. So I'm going to set these guys here, and then I'm going to set these guys over on this other side, because too often in these battles, I'm getting completely overrun by the enemy lines, and it's just like a massacre. I'm also going to go ahead and give my cavalry, which is over there, I'm going to give my cavalry over to the AI, because the AI generally do pretty good with the cavalry. They split them up, protect both flanks, which is always nice. So let's give them over, F6 here to give them over. Then we have our mages. So mages, I guess we can stick like one on this flank and maybe one on the other flank, like up here, and then obviously our archers have to go up on the hill just like so, and what we'll do is we'll stick these guys into a nice loose formation. So let's unpause it, let's everyone get into position, and then we'll take a look at the units in all their glory. We'll obviously take off the thing as well, so we can just go down the battle line. And I mean, look off in the distance as well as the greenskins are just rushing towards me in their war fashion. Yeah, that's going to be pretty scary indeed. But yeah, so let's go ahead and take a look now. Our cavalry is split up so we can move around. And I'm actually going to bring these archers back a little, I think, as well. Oh, look at our mages. I don't know what they're carrying, but they're moving over as well. So again, we can just pause it and take a look at everyone now that we are set up. So on the right-hand side, we have, I believe these are the basic tier high elves right there. Again, still looking great, even though, you know, they are basic tiers. Still really, really awesome. The armor detail is amazing. Love that quite a lot. And as we go further over, we now have the heavier infantry. So these guys are, I believe, our tier 4 infantry. So much, much stronger. Some of them don't have helmets on, but I don't know if that's completely safe not to have a helmet on. It's the most important piece of armor. They're still looking great. The shields, the armor, you know, the detail in the armor is awesome. And obviously capes as well. The swords are pretty cool as well. Nice stuff right there. Yeah, we're going to have to really move these bad boys back. And I might try and get these spears out for our spearmen, because if the spearmen can hit through our front line, that'd be very, very deadly for sure. Then obviously we have the wood elf bowman. Again, that helmet is really nice, so I can't wait to see what the modder does do, because yeah, that helmet is solid. Really cool stuff right there. Over on the flank, we do have the destruction mages, who are just channeling the guns, ready to pew them off and hopefully do tons of damage. I'm actually going to move back these archers really quickly. Yeah, these guys. I don't know why you guys are so far forward, honestly. Yeah, get the archers all the way back here. We are very close to redlining as well, but screw it. You know what's the worst that can happen. There is no retreat. No retreat, no surrender. And we can have these guys, like, I guess here would be quite good. And then if we take a look at the cavalry as well, you can see the cavalrymen. Oh, look, amazing. They really do. Obviously, we've got the normal Empire horse armor, but I guess horse armor is probably something that people aren't too focused on. You can even see the weapons right there as well. So cool. Let's get this battle started, and we are ready to beat back the enemy line. Got our javelinmen here ready to hit with the spears. A long line of swords, pretty dense. Hopefully the enemy can't just run through me. The AI does tend to run through quite often. I'm excited to see what the mages can do. I also have some magic abilities, so you can see I can just lightning bolt the enemy. We can run forward a little bit as well and try and harass them with a lightning bolt or two. It does do some crazy damage as well if we get closer and closer over here. You can see balance of power as well. It's not in our favor. So that's some of the magic. I did not do too good. But if you go down the battle line, it does do some really good damage. You can see it hits multiple people. So you can do some really good damage with the lightning bolt. And there's tons of different types of magic in this mod as well. So cavalry's coming up. Oh, I just absolutely demolished him. Ah! Run, run, run. Okay, let's pull back a little bit. Maybe try and take off a green skin rider or two. Yeah, cutting down their cavalry is actually really nice. I could probably just have led half of my cavalry force up here, but we're not going to right now as they come across us. And they're actually going to charge us. Wow. Yeah, you can see some of the destructive magic going off there as well. Brutal stuff. So how are we set up here? Yeah, they're going to charge onto my front line pretty well. Our cavalry are fighting right now. I guess we just want to keep on trying to take out these riders and let the mages go in as well, as best as we can until the infantry hits. Because if we kill the cavalry, oh, that damage. I just don't want the front lines to get completely overrun, because that's where we've lost a lot of these battles in the past. How's the mages doing on the other side as well? So let's go on slow-mo just for a little bit. I want to see how we're doing. The mages on this side, how are they doing? I think they're getting hit back, so let's select them. They are 5. Yeah, let's get them a little bit further back, maybe like here, so they can shoot down the battle line. Oh, that would be deadly. And the main green skin line is just smashed into us. I'm going to tell everyone to charge, honestly, and just let them fight it out, because too often the AI does just get really messy and it doesn't go too well. So I'm also going to get our mages on this side over here, and then hopefully they can just shoot down the enemy battle line, because look how many times I can hit them by throwing my lightning bolt here. It does some serious damage. Yeah, look at that. It's just crazy damage. Let's dismount again. The enemy are falling back. Oh my god, the destructive magic is hitting me. Friendly fire, boys. Oh, I just killed so many of my own men as well. And let's go slow-mo again, just so we can watch some of the battle. I guess I'll just zoom out and watch my elves fight. Go cinematic mode as well, so you guys can really see the cavalry fighting. We are pushing the enemy back, but yeah, again, I think I haven't really balanced this too well. My elves are throwing them back, though, which is good. And the cavalry at the back are obviously running through these goblin archers very effectively, honestly. The magic is so cool as well. Look at them. They're basically throwing explosive boulders, it seems. No, some are throwing... Yeah, it must be different magic. Oh, look at that as well. The archers are firing fire arrows as well. Man, this mod is awesome. This really does show the potential of what Mountain Blade can be. You know, and this is still such early days. A lot of the bigger teams, you know, are working on huge projects. And it's great to see a mod like this, which is kind of, you know, working a lot more... Oh, getting slaughtered. Yeah, the orcs are strong. Yeah, it's really cool to see a mod like this that is showing progression constantly. You know, this mod is constantly boosting off updates and stuff, and whereas a lot of other mod teams are obviously closed off until they kind of feel like they've got a very good product or a very good mod to show off. This one's kind of just going off and yeah, showing a lot of really cool stuff. Okay, we're playing an orc here, or a high elf. Let's bring this guy. Oh, this guy's routing, you coward. How can an orc rout? Well, let him. We need to get back to the main fight. Yeah, are we winning this? No, there's no way we're winning this with what we have. Let's try and get on a horse. Maybe we can cause some issues. We still have our archer line, which is... Oh my god, that almost killed me there as well. Oh my god, I got absolutely destroyed. Yeah, there's no way. We have a lot of archers left, but they must be out of ammunition, right? They are still firing off. We have no magic on this character. Let's try and die and see if we can take over one of the destructive mages. There's so many orcs still left remaining, though. Holy crap. Yeah, it's just our mages left. And they're getting their reinforcements on as well. Yeah, they're overrunning that position. With destructive mages, I assume, are out of magic now. There's no more winds of magic left for them. This blade is so long as well. Oh god, okay. Let's try and just take down one or two more. And we have no magic either, which is really unfortunate. There's their leader as well. Let me try and kill the leader. No. Yeah, no way. Are we a mage yet? No, we're still a horseman. Okay. My goal in this battle is to kill the enemy general if I can. He's the guy in the complete red armor. There he is. I'm going for him. If I can kill the war chief. Yes, I got him. One hit as well. Not bad. Do we don't have any magic. No, we don't have any magic on the cavalryman either. And you can see the strength of these like higher upgraded units as well. They do just do some serious damage with weaponry. I just gave the AI way too many men. Well, way too many good men. If I'm going to give them more men than me, because numbers count for so much in Bannerlord, I kind of feel like if I was to give them more men, what I need to do is give them a lot less quality men, and vice versa if I give them like really good quality. Because I gave them some of their highest tier units as well. Okay, let's just make our last stand. Let's just go over here. We'll dismount. Oh, you can actually coach this lance as well. Awesome. Oh, the arrows as well. Cinematic mode. First person. Oh my god. I have no idea what's going on. Oh no, what a way to end. Arrow in the chest as well. And there we go. The end is here. The orcs have claimed victory. They look very happy about their victory as well. Look how happy they look. Shrek is extremely happy. And that's not what I want to see. This guy even has an Uruk helmet on as well. Look at that. So there we go, guys. That is going to be the Calradian Awakens mod. Let me know what you guys thought of this mod down below in the comments, and if you want to see any of the other factions, because as I said, there are plenty of other factions in it. There's a really, really cool, I think it's these guys. Yeah, they're basically like a Dark Eldar kind of, they're not undead, they're a really cool faction. If we go over to their soldiers, you guys can see, yeah, again, ignore the Asari, these aren't in the campaign, it's just in the battle test, they're still in the game, so they show up. Yeah, so it's like a really cool kind of like Dark Elf type Drow-esque unit. Really cool units, and we have some very cool units like this. Like, whoo, that helmet, man, is kind of crazy. It looks great. Really, really cool. Like that helmet there looks absolutely amazing. They also have, I believe, a lot of decent range characters as well. If we go back to soldiers, when I go to range, yeah, they have some really cool mages. Like, look at these priest enhancers, and like they look really cool. Yeah, some deadly mages, and then we also have the faithful are like the medieval guys. Yeah, the faithful are like medieval. If we go over to them, we go down to soldiers. Yeah, so we have like a lot of medieval, like Templar-esque units. So you can play as like the faithful. As you can see, are you know, just basically heavy knights. Which is really cool, and when you have all the mix of these guys on the campaign map, it makes for a very, very interesting battle, and you can really do some fun stuff with it. There's a lot of roaming undead hordes around the battle map, so I definitely do recommend checking out this mod if you want that fantasy taste. And yeah, let me know what you guys thought of it down below in the comments. Drop a like on the video if you enjoyed it. If you are enjoying these modded battles, then do let me know in the comments. There's still a handful I can do. If there's any factions from Calradian Awakens that you want to see, let me know as well. I'm more than happy to mess around with that, and I will see you guys in the next one.